Have you ever been in a room full of people and still felt completely alone? Not sad exactly, not crying, just distant, like there is a glass wall between you and everyone else, like you are watching your own life from somewhere slightly outside of it. If you have felt that, you are not broken. You are not weak. And you are definitely not the only one. But here is what nobody tells you about that feeling. It is one of the oldest signals in the human body. And understanding where it comes from changes everything about how you see yourself when it shows up. Your ancestor never felt this kind of loneliness. Not because their life was warm and comfortable. It was not. It was genuinely hard, dangerous, uncertain in ways that would exhaust most of us within days. But this specific ache, the feeling of being invisible inside your own life, that was structurally impossible in the world they lived in. And the reason why starts with a number. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar spent decades studying early human communities, and he kept finding the same number appearing again and again. 50 to 150 people. That was the size of almost every ancestral group across history and across cultures. He called it the social brain hypothesis. Here is the part that stays with you. He did not believe the human brain grew large to solve problems or build tools. He believed it grew large primarily to manage relationships, to track who trusted whom, who was reliable, who needed help, who was struggling. Your brain, at its deepest level, is a social organ. It was built for a group, a specific sized group. And inside that group, your ancestor was known. Not known the way your coworkers know you. Really known. Known the way that only comes from living alongside the same people every single day for your entire life. They knew your history. They knew your fears. They knew when something was off before you even said a word. Because they had been watching you, without interruption, for years. Think about what that actually feels like. To be that seen. To walk into a space and have people notice you. Not your output. Not your performance. You. That is what the human brain was built to live inside of. Neuroscientist John Cacioppo spent 30 years studying loneliness. And what he found reframes everything. Loneliness is not about being alone. It is about feeling unseen. The felt sense that no one is really tracking you. That your inner world is invisible to the people around you. Your ancestors' inner world was never invisible. It could not be. The group was too small, too close, too dependent on every single member to afford the luxury of not paying attention to each other. And there is something even more important than being seen. Your ancestor was needed. Every single day. In ways they could feel. If they did not show up, something did not happen. Food was not found. A child was not watched. The group felt their absence immediately. Their contribution was not a number in a system. It was the meal on the fire. It was the child who came home safe. There is something quietly powerful about knowing that you matter. Not in an abstract way. In a visible, daily, felt way. That the people around you would notice if you were gone. Modern life has made that feeling harder and harder to find. You can live in a city of 10 million people and be completely untracked. You can spend an entire day surrounded by other humans and come home having been truly seen by none of them. And your brain, which evolved to expect continuous tracking and visible contribution, registers this as something having gone wrong. Because to your brain, something has. The loneliness signal is not weakness. It is an ancient alarm. It evolved to push your ancestors back toward the group when they strayed too far. Because in the ancestral world, exclusion was not uncomfortable. It was fatal. You needed fire. You needed protection. You needed people who would share food with you when the hunt failed. The pain of loneliness was survival instinct. And you inherited it. In a world full of people who do not know your name. So what do you actually do with this? The research is clear. The answer is not more people. It is not more events or more contacts or a more active social calendar. Cacioppo's data was consistent on this. Quantity of social contact does not predict well-being. Quality does. Specifically, the felt sense of being known, of matching to someone. You do not need 150 people. You need a small number of people who actually track you, who notice when something shifts, who would feel your absence as a specific loss, not a number going down, a person going missing. Building that takes time. More time than any life hack will tell you. Because real knowing only comes from repeated, unhurried presence. The kind that modern life is specifically designed to prevent. But your biology is waiting for it. Your brain has been waiting for it. Quietly, patiently, with increasing urgency. Since the last time someone truly saw you and you felt it. Your ancestor was never lonely because invisibility was impossible in their world. You have to make your own visibility now. One honest conversation. One relationship tended carefully enough that another person actually knows what is going on inside you. Not 100 people who follow you. One person who sees you. That is what your brain has needed for 300,000 years. And it is still the only thing that actually works.